Hello, people. Good evening. So, this is your host, Dr. Purnima Kulkarni, and I'm back with yet another episode of Boggling Conversations. I'm so happy to connect with a very, very special person today. The time to be happy is now, the place to be happy is here, and the way to be happy is to make someone happy, and we'll make a little heaven right here. And we have someone who makes people happy. He bubbles with a refreshing bundle of effervescence and vivacity. He is a Bollywood celebrity. He is the king of ballroom dance. And at the same time, he is an accomplished persona. He holds a PhD in world mythology. Wow! Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Sandip Soparrkar. Sandeep!
Thank you. Thank you. Nice meeting you, Purnima ji.
Nice meeting you, Sandeep ji. Dr. Sandeep, I deliberately did not mention this on the poster because so many of your fans and followers do not know that you are a doctorate unless you look at the Wikipedia page, because generally everyone talks about your dance, but no one really talks about your PhD in world mythology. So I thought, being a PhD myself, I really value that accomplishment of yours, and I think it's a marvelous achievement. So, Sandeep, tell me something. How is the pandemic treating you? What is going on?
Well, it's treating me very well. I've just been coming out of my COVID, so I think it's treating me very well. But
Wow.
at the same time, I think this entire 1 year has given me time to spend with my family, with my parents,
Yes.
with my
Yes.
children, which I never had in so many years. In fact,
Yes.
just my parents, they actually live in Pune, and they were here with me during the lockdown. So it
Correct.
was a wonderful time. I think almost after 25, 30 years, I could sit with them and we could just gossip and chit chat, which I never got in so many years. So it's been
My
really
goodness.
wonderful for me. And in terms of dance, I would say I have been able to connect with dancers and dance lovers all over the world. Earlier, I had to
Great.
go to that country and do a show, a performance, or a workshop and connect with them. Now, through these Zoom classes and through the online Facebook and Instagram
Yes.
platform, I think it's become much easier to meet so many people and to teach them to dance. So I would definitely say that it's been a fantastic pandemic time for me.
Wow, Sandeep. On this note, I would like to dedicate one song to you. I'm sure you're familiar with this. I don't know what it is that makes me feel like this. I don't know who you are, but you just be some kind of superstar. So you are a superstar, and lots of viewers have joined us, and they're eager to, see you. They're eager to, have you on. They were so eager to have you on the show. I mean, I saw so many comments. My inbox was flooded with comments. Oh my God! So we have Sandeep Soparrkar, tonight, and it's such a great feeling to connect with you. So tell me something. During the coronavirus pandemic, especially, all the careers have gone for a toss. It
Yeah.
has affected every sector. And in what way has it affected the background dancers and, dance trainers is what I want to know.
It's been very bad for those who were not teachers. Teachers
Okay.
have been able to survive because of
Through virtual
the
classes.
through
Yeah,
virtual
yeah.
classes. But in terms of performers and dancers, they are completely jobless.
Oh
They
my
are
God. Oh
now
my
taking
God.
up jobs at grocery stores. There are many of them who have taken jobs as construction people. They have had a bad time, like really bad time. Some of them who came from good families, they have gone back to their homes, and they are
Oh,
dependent upon their parents back again, which didn't want to be, but now they have to be. So I think it's been a terrible year, especially for background dancers, because our films are such where we use dancers in hundreds.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So all
Absolutely.
those hundreds of them and thousands of them as well are completely jobless, because even the shootings which are happening are not shooting those hundreds of dancer songs anymore. They are shooting only songs either as montages, or they're shooting them as love songs where only the actor and the actress are there. Very little dancers, if they're using just five, six of them. So the whole concept of the group dancing behind, which is the essence of Bollywood dance, is
Yes.
completely right now at standstill, because that's not happening at all.
That's catastrophic. That's extremely tragic
Yeah,
for,
it is.
glamorous professions, especially. So the shooting also takes place virtually, is it? I mean, how is it
No, no,
possible?
the shooting is happening. The shootings are happening. We are shooting
Okay,
some songs and we are shooting some
okay,
scenes and all that. But
okay.
that whole gang of, having an entourage of people shooting is not there now. Everything is kind of controlled, where we would have lots of lightmen and lots of spot boys helping. Now the entire crew has been cut down to almost one fourth. So
Oh my God.
the people who are not a part of that one fourth gang are actually jobless, and they're hunting for jobs, actually hunting and calling up choreographers like us, or please sir काम दे दीजिए, please, if whatever you want we will do, we'll get ourselves tested, we'll travel wherever you want, we don't want traveling money, we'll work for half the fee. Like they are like really in
Oh
bad,
my God. So they're
yeah,
negotiating. Oh my God.
they
All
are just
right.
wanting work because
Okay.
if they were paid like 10-15,000 rupees a day, now they're willing to even work for 5-6,000 bucks a day, because and there are some who are the cheaper, like in dancers we have different fee structure. The ones who are more
Yes.
experienced have a higher fee, ones who are lesser experienced have lesser fee.
Yes.
The ones who
Yes.
have lesser fee, they are even willing to work for free if they get to eat food.
Oh my God.
So they're
Oh
saying आप
my
दो
God.
टाइम का खाना दे दीजिए, हम लोग shooting पे आ जाएंगे. It's that bad state for some of them. So and you feel bad because really can't do much. Even if I want to use them, I can't, because yeah,
Yes. Because there are constraints.
yeah, the
Yes.
constraints. What do we do? Maximum we can
Yes.
do is help them a little bit, and that's all one can do.
Absolutely. You're so right. I just hope, the entire country gets vaccinated as soon as possible and the situation normalizes. We all, fervently pray to the Almighty. It's such a tragic situation, but I hope this too shall pass. So,
Yeah, it
Sandeep,
will. It will.
it will. If I have to, start this talk on a note of reconciliation, on a note of optimism, what are the attributes of being a dancer? Is what I want to know. What are the attributes?
I would say to be a good dancer, dance and nature go
Yes.
simultaneously, and they play a very important role in evolving a dancer.
Hmm.
We as dancers should take inspiration from nature. If that is done, it will always make you better dancer, make all of us better
Correct.
dancers. Yeah. Even if you look at when a baby is born, the baby is crying. It has a certain
Yes.
music. It moves its feet in a certain way. It's dancing a certain way. Our eyes also, when they blink, they dance in a certain way. It's a dance.
Yes. Yes.
It's
Yes.
a nature's dance. Our breath is dancing. Our blood in the body is dancing, right? So there is always a dance which is connected with nature. So if we take inspiration from five birds, these
Correct.
five birds will be able to help us understand the qualities you require to be a good dancer. First
Wow.
one, first one I
Uh-huh.
would say is the crow. They say kakas nanam, the crow.
Uh-huh. Yes.
What does the crow do? The crow, if you ever observed a crow, it comes quickly, takes a bath, and is out. Yeah,
Yes.
that's
Yes.
कौवा स्नान बोलते हैं जिसको हम लोग,
Uh-huh.
which
Uh-huh.
means if you want to be a dancer, a performer, you need to be very careful of not spending too much time in your personal space. Be more
Correct.
attentive towards what you want to learn, what you want to give back, instead of saying, oh, I want to dress up and I want, your own thing, your personal choices should be kept lesser, and more should be given to your art form. So kaka snanam is the
Correct.
one thing which is very important. Second, like a woodpecker, जिसको हम हिंदी में कटफोड़वा बोलते हैं. What does a woodpecker do? It stands in one, sits in one place and khada 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 a million times, and then
Yes.
it makes a hole in that wood. Same
Yes.
way, a dancer must understand that practicing one step 1,000 times what makes a good dancer. Nowadays, we have students coming and saying, "Today, what are you teaching us new?" Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
only four steps. Teach us four more. What about the
Oh,
old
wow.
ones which have been taught to you?
Correct.
Mastering your basics, mastering what has been taught to you is it's what makes a dancer visually appealing. because the
Correct.
steps are so beautifully placed that you don't see any problem in those steps. That's what
Correct.
is missing a lot today. So be like a woodpecker. Do one thing a million
Wonderful.
times. The third one is like a crane. A bagula kya karta hai?
Hmm.
It stands on one foot, laser sharp focus.
Ballet. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's what happens in dance. You need to have that focus.
Correct.
Today our focus is completely divided with Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter. There are
Mm.
so many apps which have come out
Yes.
that our focus is completely lost. We are bothered about posting on Instagram. Now reel
Yeah.
also you have to post, story also you have to post. You have to post hazard things. So in that, our focus in the dance is lost.
Correct.
So
Absolutely.
so be like the crane. Bakula dhyanam जिसको बोलते हैं संस्कृत में. If you use
Ji.
that, it will always keep you balanced in life. Fourth one is
Hmm.
like a bird, like a चिड़िया. बर्ड क्या करती है अगर आपने ऑब्जर्व किया होगा थोड़ा खाती है your
Bilkul.
diet your diet plays a very important role as a dancer.
Correct.
Oh, chocolates, pastries, I travel so much, let me eat this, let me eat that. No way, you can't do that. You have to maintain yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We tell people चिड़िया जैसे क्यों खा रहे हो. So it is about the ahar, the
Yes.
alpahari. The ahar is very important. So choose. I'm not saying you have to have a zero figure like Kareena Kapoor or a
Yes.
8-pack abs like Hrithik Roshan, but at the same time you need to be fit enough and not be unfit because dance is a visual medium.
Correct.
If
Absolutely.
if you are a singer, I would have said it's fine because sometimes you're behind. You don't have to be physically beautiful to be singing. But as a dancer, you have to be physically beautiful. I am not
Correct.
saying you have to look like Aishwarya Rai, but at the same time, you need to have a fit body
Yes.
and a fit mind, of course. So therefore, your ahar is very very important. And
Correct.
fifth, and the most important, I feel, is like the eagle. What does the eagle do? It flies the highest, but its
Correct.
eyes are on the ground, which means
Oh,
the success will come to you in life, but be grounded.
absolutely.
Because we as
Absolutely.
dancers dance on the ground, we don't dance up in the clouds. So
Yes.
प्रशंसा से फूलना मत और निंदा से अपने आप को नेगेटिविटी में मत डालना. These are something which are very very important. तो अगर हम ये
Important.
5 पक्षियों से सीखते हैं, if we learn from these 5 birds, we will become better dancers. Why only dancers? We'll become better people.
Absolutely, absolutely. What an answer, Sandeep. Dear viewers, we are talking to Dr. Sandip Soparrkar, and he has asked us, he's exhorted us to be in proximity with nature, in sync with nature, in communion with nature. After all, one impulse from the vernal wood can teach you more of man, of morals, evils, and of good than all the sages can. So, yes, it's absolutely right. Each bird has a quality that needs to be emulated. What a brilliant answer. And at the same time, he has asked us to place our feet firmly on the earth. Society is like a double edged sword. There is no question about it. People will put you on a pedestal, and the very next day, probably you'll be heavily criticized. But then it's so important to keep yourself simple and down to earth. What a brilliant answer, Sandeep.
Thank
So,
you. Even if you look at yoga, in yoga
yes,
also we have the snake pose, we have the cat
yes,
pose.
Bhujangasan.
Yeah, we have so many different poses. Which
Yes,
we have the fish pose. You have so many poses.
yes,
All
yes,
these poses are inspired by nature, inspired by
yes,
animals and birds. So I think it's
yes.
very very important that all these things which are more to understand yourself, be it meditation, be it yoga, be it dancing, all this makes you understand your own self, makes you look within yourself. And that
Oh,
is when
yes,
you realize that the inspiring from nature or being in connection with nature is most important.
absolutely, absolutely. Apart from being in sync with nature, Dr. Sandeep, Dance is also used for stress management, and you have been using dance, to activate people's oxytocin level, their feel good hormones, their dopamine, their endorphins. So how does that happen? Because especially during the pandemic, when people are feeling oppressed, repressed, suppressed, and depressed, don't you recommend dance as a therapy? Because anybody can dance.
Well, I have always been saying, even before the pandemic, I've been saying that one must always dance, because
Yes,
dance. Yes, I completely agree with you that it takes us out of depression. Dance
yes.
is like the Karn ka sunhera kavach.
Oh, yes,
Dance is like the Lakshman Rekha. जब तक
yes.
जब तक सीता लक्ष्मण रेखा के भीतर थी, तब तक वो सुरक्षित थी. As
Bilkul.
long as she was in that Lakshman Rekha, she was protected. Till the time
Yes,
Karn had the kavach on him, he was unbeatable.
yes,
Till the time we
yes.
have the ozone layer around us, we will be
We are
unbeatable.
protected.
We are protected, right?
Yes,
So
yes, from UV rays. Yes,
dance is that protection. It keeps you happy, it keeps you positive, it keeps you fit, it keeps you healthy, it makes you bond with your own people, it makes you forget all the problems of life, because that one dance transcends you to another world completely. So all these
absolutely.
are the fruits of dancing. And we definitely need these fruits of life, because that is how we will be able to live it better. So if you use
Correct.
dance as a protection for yourself, it will always help you. I'm not saying you will not COVID will not come into your life. It might affect you, but it will still keep you positive.
Yes,
Positivity is
yes,
important. Staying happy is important. Looking at the brighter side is important. And
correct.
dance will help you achieve that side of yours. It helps you look inside and look at the better side, the beautiful side of yours, rather than paying attention towards the negative ones.
Correct.
So that is what dance, and sometimes it does it unknowingly. I'm not saying
Yes,
do classical, do folk, do ballroom, or do anything. You can dance on Sheila and Munni also. I think it's fine. It doesn't matter. As
yes,
far as you are moving your body, as far
correct.
as you are enjoying the time that you're spending with your own self. I'm not even saying with a group of people, because nowadays you're not allowed to do that. But
Yeah, social
you
distancing.
put the music on, and just
Mhm.
dance for yourself. Just do it. Doesn't matter, nobody's actually watching you anymore now, because there are no
Yes,
performances, no shows. Just do it for yourself, and see that positivity that is coming in without you realizing what's happening. It's like
correct.
magic. It just plays like magic.
It does. It does. Wow, fantastic. So please believe in the power of positive thinking. And my dear viewers, please dance, and don't stop. Dance as if it's the last day of your life. So, Sandeep, I had, another question,
When you
lingering
said,
in my.
sorry
Yeah.
to cut you. When you said last day of your life, I remember this few lines of Gopal Das Neeraj ji's very famous poetry,
Okay.
which says, "Dukh mein nacho, sukh mein nacho, dukh mein nacho, sukh mein nacho, जीवन है ताता थैया रे,
Hi, hi.
कौन रे जाने कब उड़ जाए सांसों की सोन चिड़ैया रे."
Hi, क्या बात है? क्या
Yeah,
बात
so
है?
I think it's very
Beautiful.
important to dance, because you never know what the life is, and especially now the life is short.
Yes.
So let's just dance.
Absolutely. Let's dance our guts out. What a brilliant answer. So, Sandeep, you took ballroom dance to some other level. And I realized, ballroom dance, takes me to transports me to the world of, English literature. So when I read Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice or Mansfield Park, her novels are incomplete without ballroom dancing. Of course, it is British culture and the couple's bond. Fitzwilliam, Darcy, and Elizabeth, everyone remembers them through
Yeah.
their ballroom dance. So, Sandeep, did you read these books? Were you inspired by Jane Austen? I mean, how did you think of ballroom dance?
Well, I have read quite a few books in my life,
Okay,
and I still
okay,
keep reading them. But I
yes.
think my inspiration came from my grandparents and from my parents, because they were in
Ah,
the army. And in the
okay,
army, in those days, now of course it's not, that culture is not there anymore. But in
all
those
right,
days, every weekend in the army mess, they would have live band playing for you, the waltzes, the cha-chas, the jives, the tangos. and my grandparents would, my grandfather was in the army, my father was in the army, and they would all do that. I still
Wow.
remember at age of 5, for the first time when I was allowed to go into the army mess, because the kids were, they're very small, they're not allowed. At that time they were not allowed in the mess, but at the age of
Correct.
5 they were. So when I reached the mess, I still have that vision so clear of people in front of me dancing the waltz, and men in their tuxedos, and
Ah,
women in their saris and salwar kameezes, and
yes.
some of them are wearing Western clothes. And my grandmother asked me, "Do you want to dance?" So I said, "Yeah, I want to dance." And the song that time changed, and it was a foxtrot. And I did my first dancing step of the foxtrot with my grandmother. So I think these are
Wow.
certain memories which I will always remember. And of course, later on, when I was in my teenage, I enrolled into a dance school to learn it. It was in Germany, and there was a lot more. But I think the perception towards dance of mine changed over the period of time. Initially,
All
it
right.
was just for fun.
Okay. Okay.
When I was a teenager, it was for dancing with beautiful women. I will be honest
Ah,
with you. Okay, the best way to have them in your arms is if you know ballroom dancing. So it
yes.
was it was for that. But later on, when I started to study dance, I realized that ballroom dancing goes back 3,500 BC. It is that
Mhm.
older culture, and there is
Okay.
it's connected with marriage. It's connected when a man and woman come together. That is when ballroom dancing happens.
And help them bond.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
why if you
Yeah.
see in the Christianity, in the Christian culture, they have the first dance after the wedding,
Yes.
and that
Yes.
first dance is reliving your 7 vows. In ballroom dancing, there are 7 basic postures which are
Yes.
related to 7 vows of our wedding. So if we
Yes.
call it Saptapadi or Sat Fere
Yes.
in
Yes.
Hinduism, or you
Yes.
say 7 vows in Christianity, to each of these vows, there are 7 steps in ballroom dancing.
Oh,
And that
okay.
those 7 steps should be taken by the couple each time they come on the dance floor, because many a times we forget our vows, right?
yes. we
So
do.
yeah, so we don't realize, when a wedding happens, we celebrate, we think क्या खाना है, कहाँ पे क्या पहनना है, कहाँ जाना है,
बिल्कुल.
हनीमून पे कहाँ जाएंगे, किसको बुलाएंगे, किसको नहीं बुलाएंगे. Now the list is smaller because of COVID. We have to call only 50 people. But yes, that is what is running in our mind. But what is not running in our mind is, what are those 7 vows that we have taken.
Correct.
It is
Correct.
forgotten the next day. You ask a couple, वो 7 अपने क्या वचन लिए थे, we don't even know. We remember 1 or 2 of them maybe.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
But ballroom dancing will help you to relive those vows each time you're on the dance floor. I think when I started to study that, when I started to study more culture, more history about the dance form, it made me
Correct.
realize that I am learning something so rich. I'm learning something so vast. And where I
Yes.
was thinking it's going to patao women and have women in my arms, that is just the starting of it.
Yes.
Dance,
Yes.
according to me, dance has 5 E's. The first one is entertainment, which all of us start with. When
Yes.
you see something, you like something, you want to do it. It's entertainment.
Yes.
Second
Yes.
one is education. When you
Yes.
tend to study it, when you study it, you realize the depth of it. Then
Correct.
comes, it starts evoking things inside you.
Ah,
Then it
yes.
evolves you, because you tend to realize the true self and what you're doing.
Absolutely.
And finally, the
Absolutely.
fifth one, which takes lifelong and maybe even more to achieve, is enlightenment through dancing. So I
Yes.
think these 5 E's of dance are very important. Most of us get stuck in the E part of it. The
Yes.
first E,
Yes. The first
entertainment part of it.
entertainment. Yes.
Most of us get stuck in that. Some of us
Yes.
step ahead to education. Some of them get evolved and evoked. Enlightenment, like I said, is very difficult to achieve. But I think
Absolutely.
that's what happened to me in my after the 5-10 years of my dancing career. I realized my perception towards my own art form started to change.
Okay.
And that is what made me fall further in love with my own dancing, which is ballroom dancing. And I felt it is, yes, it is something people are dancing at the nightclubs. It is something which is probably people look at, having girls and boys in your arms. It's fine. It is the first step.
Correct.
Let's see who climbs up where.
yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. So this is, such a marvelous thing. You actually carved a niche for yourself in the field of performing art, in the field of, dance. Do you think it was a risk at that point of time, Dr. Sandeep?
Well, I think anything in the entertainment world is risky. So I think, and there is no point if there are no risks in life, right? We all need to take risks somewhere or the other in
Yes.
life. But yes, there was a time when I was playing safe. When I did my
Okay.
MBA, I did my hotel management, and my father, being from the army, wanted me also to settle down in a job which is more secure.
Yes.
And I think
Yes.
there was nothing wrong in it. Every parent wants their child to have a job
It's
security,
paranoid, actually.
which is fine. But I realized that I was working, but my heart was not into it. And
Hmm.
I'm really happy to say that my parents brought me up in a manner where I could have the liberty to speak to them what is in my heart, and I
Correct.
did tell them as to I'm uncomfortable doing these jobs and it's not for me and I need to dance more, and only two
Yes.
hours 3 hours of dance is a hobby class is not working for me and I want to take it up more seriously, and if they'll be able to support me. Initially my father was not for it. Then fortunately my mother was, and she said, chalo, you are young, you can still try it, go ahead and do
Okay.
it. And I would also credit my ex-boss Sheetal Pinto, who told me, Sandeep, this job is open for you. If you feel after a
Oh,
few years you haven't done what you wanted to do, come back, sit on the same chair, I will be fine. I think that kind of helped me a lot because it made me realize that I can go and explore things. And I did,
absolutely.
because I have always believed that माँ बाप का आशीर्वाद जो है,
G.
इट्स द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट. उनका
Correct.
साथ, उनका साथ रहना, उनका अपने पीछे रहना, both these together with you and behind you, both these are very very important, because that is what brings you good luck, that is what takes you ahead in life. It's not the money, it's not the connection, it's not the fame that will take you ahead, it's their blessings which will take you ahead. And if till the time my
Absolutely.
father was not saying go ahead and do it, I was not doing it. So I was waiting for my father to say yes, and the day he said yes, I left that job of mine and I started to do what I wanted to do. So I think, yes, I did take the risk, but my risk was somewhere controlled because I had the blessings of my parents and my grandparents. I still remember when I went to my grandfather and I told him, Dadaji, I want to start a dance class and I want to take dance more seriously and I want to leave my job. I am here to take your blessings. So he said, good luck to you, but uska dhanda mat banana. So I think that was
Ah,
something I will always remember, because when he said dhanda mat banana, it made me
G.
realize that it is my passion. And let
Yes.
my passion not die inside me. My passion has become my profession, yes, but
Yes.
it should not be something which is money oriented. Let still it be a passion oriented thing. And I'm happy to say that till today मैंने उसका धंधा नहीं बनाया है, and I have still kept it balanced with the charity work that I do, because I
Oh,
think
yes.
that's what is real dance all about.
Absolutely. And, Sandeep, dance has always been your dominant passion, and you always had the wealth of encouragement and infinite support from your parents, initially from your mother, then from your ex boss. So that did make things, easier for you. And you could carve a niche for yourself in this field. And yes, you have created magic with dance. So, how did India Dance Week happen? And what exactly, lingered in your mind then? Because, you are a philanthropist and you always wanted to amalgamate, Indian dance forms with international dance forms, keeping in mind the philanthropy aspect. So, how did you bring so many aspects together?
So after I got the National Achievement Award in 2014
Yes.
is when I began India Dance Week. And
Okay.
India Dance Week, I'm very happy to say, is one of the largest festivals of our country. And
Yes.
it brings, it's a 2 day festival which brings all dance forms together. Because all these years, I realized that, we have a Bharatnatyam festival, you have a Khajuraho festival, you have a
Yes. Yes.
Elephanta festival, you have a Sun festival, you have all these festivals. We have a Salsa festival. You have all these different dance form festivals, but finally we are the ones who are separating these dancers because dance forms that they practice. But actually हम
Correct.
सब dancers का दिल तो एक ही है. We all are same dancers, we are all dancers, right? We
बिल्कुल.
all are artists, we all are kalakar. So why are we
Yes.
separating them because of a form that they're practicing. So you mean to say a Kathak dancer can't take part in a salsa festival?
Why not?
Just because, yeah, they
Why not?
can, they should. So I began India Dance Week, which was a
Correct.
festival of dance
Correct.
where all dance forms come together, and we have had Japanese dance, we have had Sri Lankan dance, we have had Nepalese dance, we have had, of course, various classical and folk dances, and various international dance forms. There have been so many different styles that have come onto the stage. I mean, India Dance Week for the past so many years, and I think that is when the whole concept began. That
Correct.
let's bring all dancers together, all
Under one
forms
roof.
together, yeah, all forms together on the same dance floor, because because that's what the passion is all about. We all have the same fears, we have the same tears. It's just that we somewhere ghungru, somewhere shoes. That doesn't mean that you separate them. So let us all come together as a community of dancers, and that's what India
Correct.
Dance Week did. And that is why I think the festival became popular, because every dancer came into it. It wasn't kind of kept
Yes.
compartmentalized for a particular
Yes,
genre.
absolutely. And none of the dancers felt marginalized or, victimized, because you allowed everyone, it was so spontaneous, because dance is a spontaneous overflow of powerful emotions.
And I think to
Recollect.
add to India Dance Week, I think fortunately, because of my connections in the film industry, I had loads of them. Be it Helen Auntie, Tiger,
Yes,
Ravina, Govinda ji, late Saroj Khan ji. They all
yes,
have come on the platform India Dance Week. Sangeeta Bijlani
yes,
has come. So many of them have
yes,
come, and Neetu Chandra has come. Bhagyashri has come. They all have come in some
yes.
way or the other and been a part of India Dance Week. And I think that's what added more popularity to the festival. So I would
More
not deny the only thing
glamorous.
as
Yes,
for me.
yes,
But
yes.
yes, my friends from the industry did help to promote the festival big time. And in fact, just before the pandemic started, Sri Devi ji was supposed to come for the festival, but she passed away before that. So I
Unfortunately,
think I
yes.
think the festival had great support from the film industry, and because of which also it gained momentum. We've had thousands of people coming for the festival, and
Yes.
sometimes it's difficult for us to control people at
Yeah.
the
Yes, yes.
at the event. But I guess
Unmanageable.
yeah, it
Uh,
is sometimes. So barricades help us, but I think because all dancers come together, the popularity is a lot more.
Absolutely. So, Sandeep, I'm so glad that you introduced India Dance Week, and we got introduced to so much of talent, so much of talent. But unfortunately, I observed one thing: dance forms like Mudra or Lavani were once upon a time looked down upon. So, has the perspective changed? What is the status of these dance forms now?
Well, why just Lavani and other dance forms? The tango was looked down upon, samba was looked down upon. Uh,
Samba, yes.
I think all the dances somewhere have got a negative publicity. It's not good going for everybody.
In the
Uh,
initial days, they had to face
yeah,
some teething troubles.
Viennese waltz also got criticized. So I think every dance form has seen its heydays and seen its bad days. But I think today people are more acceptable towards dance forms, which earlier they were
Correct,
not. A
correct.
lot of credit I would give it to television shows and reality shows, because they have brought to light many of these dance forms which people have forgotten or they did not know about, and they
Yes,
probably look down upon, like you said. Today they are a lot more respected than before, and even dance in general has got a lot more respect than what it had before. So I think a lot of credit goes to choreographers, dancers who have taken those efforts to not leave it because it was getting criticized, but still
yes,
continue doing it rather and not paying a heed to the negative comments or publicity. But yes, what you said,
absolutely.
certain dance forms, the Mujra and the Lavani,
Yes.
did not have the correct. They had a lot of stigma attached to it, but
Because
today
people
they
people
don't.
generally felt people generally felt that they are all meant to excite or attract the opposite sex. But to tell you the truth, now people are more open to art and creativity, and they are not taking the negative things into consideration.
Well, there is nothing wrong if dance is used as a medium to attract anybody. It is fine.
Absolutely. It's so
Like
beautiful.
if I talk about ballroom dancing, it is about a couple dance. So if a woman is dancing and
Absolutely.
she's attractive, or if a man is dancing and he's attractive, there's nothing wrong in it. But yes, if the attraction is used in a negative manner,
Yes.
that is
Yes.
where the problem is. There is no harm in appreciating a beautiful woman who's dancing or appreciating a
Absolutely.
handsome man who's dancing is absolutely fine. But आपका नजर कैसी है?
Bilkul.
आपका नजर कैसी है, आपका नजरिया कैसा है उसके लिए, both these things are important. And I think people kind of have not opened their minds towards it, but today they have and
Hmm.
they are. And I
Correct.
don't see any stigma to any of these dance forms anymore. People are
Anymore.
like, even recently I was talking to one of my dancer friends, Smiley Suri, who's teaching pole dancing. And a pole
Oh,
dancing had this thing of women at the bars do pole dancing. But
yes.
today,
Yes.
today, a lot of them are practicing it for fitness, and it's a part of different competition championships because you
I
have to
think
have a
Malaika did
really
it in
fit.
khaki. Malaika did it in khaki, and after that, probably. Do you mean first it all comes in Bollywood and then it gains acceptability, especially in a
Well, I
country
think
like
it
India?
creates popularity. It creates
Okay.
popularity,
Okay. All
but
right.
I wouldn't say acceptability because people do know about it. People do accept it.
Okay.
People
Yes.
Bollywood, it happens because people know it, right? But it's
Yes.
just that
Yes.
it gets more eyeballs, and
Yes. More
many
eyeballs.
people either start learning it or they start criticizing it. There are only two ways, or there's no other midway for it.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And another thing that was going on in my mind for a very long time, whenever I look at an item number, for me it's very catchy, and I immediately start dancing. But after studying second wave feminism, I realized that a lot of feminists, especially radical feminists, objected to women being objectified and commodified. So, what is your opinion about it again?
Well, yes, I agree that certain words are objectifying women,
Okay,
but they are
okay.
also doing to men also. I would not just put it one way
A
traffic.
woman.
Huh?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So
True,
if
true.
if you are if you are seeing Salman Khan without shirt, you are also getting excited about it.
Oh,
You
yes,
you
oh,
see
yes.
John Abraham without in his swimming
With the
shorts
six
coming
packs and
down.
everything.
Yeah, and
Yes.
which was that thing, I think Dostana, where he exposed part of his
Yes,
his backside. So I
yes,
think
yes,
it was to attract people. I think there's nothing wrong in it. It's just
yes,
that it's been used in a fun manner. But
yes.
like I said before, what is your vision towards
Nazaria.
what's your that is what is important. There's nothing
Correct.
wrong in calling somebody with a certain name. We do that to our loved ones. We call them laddu, we call them whatever, right? We give them
Yes,
names,
it's
right?
Bittu, Gallu, all sorts of names. Yeah.
So if you can objectify your own loved ones, your dear ones, here we are showcasing a boy and a girl who are lovers or who are going to fall in love, and that is how they are going to say sweet to Janu. Don't we say all that? We do say those things, and we
Absolutely.
do say you are my chicken biryani or you are my tasty whatever,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. My sizzling brownie and everything.
Yeah. So I think there's nothing wrong in it, and it's
Hmm.
just that your what's your outlook towards it. That's what's important.
Okay, okay. I'm so glad, we are on boggling conversations and we are able to, discuss so many issues, and our viewers, are commenting and they are, all ecstatic to know what is what is in store for them. So, Sandeep, we talk about striptease, and especially during the pandemic, marriages have, gone for a toss. We have fractured relationships and we have breakups and whatnot. So do you think striptease or any kind of dance would help the couples bond, come together, and what do
Why
you
only
think?
striptease? I think any dance would help.
Any
Any
dance would
dance
help.
would help because it just helps you to spend time together. Basically, the problem here is we are spending time in the house, but yet we are not spending time. We are on our phones, we are on our laptops, we are on our
Yes,
computers, we are doing so many more things. We are
yes.
never even thought of sitting and playing a board game with our children. The kids are
So
also on their
sad.
mobile phones, the parents are also on the mobile phones. So I think that is what is creating problem. If you
Yes,
remember
yes,
life 10, 15 years back, it was much simpler. When we came back from office, we sat together as family. We must have cried, we
yes.
must have laughed, we did so many things together. today
Lot
we
of
come back
sharing, caring.
Today we come back from our offices and we are back again on our phones.
Yes.
There's a very
Yes.
beautiful shloka. Karagre
Mhm.
vaste Lakshmi, kar madhye
Karamadhe
Saraswati,
Saraswati.
kar mule tu Govinda
Govindam
prabhate kar
Prabhate
darshanam.
Karadarshanam.
There was this shlok which we all used to say it when we were small, and it meant that Lakshmi is here,
Yes.
Saraswati is here, and the base of
Yes.
it is Govinda, and morning we should pray to it, right?
Correct.
Prabhate
Correct.
kar darshanam. But today, Prabhate, what darshanam we get? WhatsApp,
As soon as we wake up.
yeah,
Yes.
Facebook,
Yes. Yes.
Instagram, and
Twitter.
the core of all that is Netflix
Hmm.
and Amazon Prime and all that. So this is the three things that
Absolutely.
we use all the time. This is
Yes.
Karagare Vaste, WhatsApp, Kar Madhye, Facebook,
What?
Kar
Uh,
Mule to Netflix, Prabhate Kar Darshanam.
Amazon
That's
Prime.
what has happened, and
Yeah.
because of which the problems have come into our lives, because we
Yes.
have we have forgotten actually that the people we are doing all this that we're doing, working for. Who are we working? Who are you working for? You're working for these
Correct.
5 6 people around in your life, your parents, your children. That's all you're
Absolutely.
working for. So and they are with you. Invest your time
Correct.
in them. Instead of going into and searching into people's lives on Instagram and looking at the videos, make a video of your
Correct.
own child. Keep it as a
Correct.
memory, because this child who's 8 9 10 today will be
We'll grow
18
up.
20 within days. You will not know. हम लोग
Absolutely.
suddenly we realize, oh my god, ये तो मेरा बेटा तो मेरा कॉलेज चला गया. Oh, अभी तो इतना छोटा था. We all say that, right? So make those
And
videos
that is
instead of
also
looking at
on
other people's
Facebook.
video.
That is also on Facebook. My child is growing up, and all that is on Facebook. All that is on
I'm
social
I'm
media.
not saying that don't be on social media. I am also on social media. You are on social media. We all should be on it.
Yeah.
But give it
Yeah.
a time. Give it a certain
Yes. Yes.
timetable to it. And
Prioritize.
and
Yes.
give time to your people. And especially now in this pandemic when we all are home, just
Yes.
imagine there are times when you said I want to go on a holiday with my children or with my family. We would wait for the summer vacations with our children to go for an expired holiday, or wait for the Christmas vacation or Diwali vacations. Now you're
Yes.
getting that vacation. Let your house be a resort. Let your house be a hill station. Let your house be a beach resort, and spend that time with your people. Do what you want to do. Otherwise, play games, chit chat, talk to them. You can watch movies together, but do things together rather than doing alone. Today, I am watching some other film. My son is watching some other film. My mother is watching some other film. Don't do that. At
Yes.
least once a week, watch a film together. What used to happen 2 years back, if we had to go for a film, we would plan it. Saturday को
Correct.
हम लोग picture जाएंगे,
G.
right? So you would come back from office early because आज picture का दिन है. You would dress up and talk. क्या पहनूं मैं ये पहनूं क्या? What are you wearing? Change your clothes. This is not nice. You would tell your child, wear that shoe, wear those socks, because we are going out. We would take our rickshaw, taxi, whatever, in our own car, drive down to the cinema hall. We would talk in those 10 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour of travel. We would say
Yes.
popcorn खाएंगे, picture देखेंगे. On our way back, you would discuss the movie. You come back, the wife would maybe make something, maybe not make something, and you still talk about the movie the next day. But
Yes. Absolutely.
today that's not happening. Today,
No.
mother is watching something else, father is watching something else, child is watching something else. What are you watching? Acha, okay, I'll also watch it. So that's what is happening.
No.
That whole bonding
Correct.
time has gone.
The
And
sense of togetherness. Yeah.
dance
Yeah.
does that. It helps you to bond. All of you put any song you like, dance together as family. You see your problems just vanish.
Oh my God, what a solution. Problems may be umpteen. I know we are going through difficult times and we are going through these trials and tribulations, but dance connects us, it brings us together. And I think the pandemic has opened our minds, it has, actually widened our horizons, and it's been a great time for self introspection. Do you agree with me, Sandeep? Has it been time for self introspection?
Definitely, it has been. And if it has not been,
Yeah.
then I think we are fools.
Yes, absolutely. We were totally oblivious of certain things we enjoyed as children. But I guess probably everything just flashed in the inward eye suddenly when we were cooped up inside our homes, and we started spending quality time with our family members all over again, and we started valuing them.
Yeah.
So yes, it's been a great time for yes. It has opened up perspective. There's no question about it. Yes. So, Sandeep, I believe you did your PhD in world mythology. How did that interest you? How did that engage you as a person?
Initially, it was only the Indian mythology which I was studying, I was reading, and I
Okay.
would get intrigued by it because my grandmom would tell me all stories, and my nani would tell me so many shlokas and stories, and that's how it got
Mhm.
attracted towards it. But
Okay.
when I started to travel because of my dance,
Hmm.
and when I was learning ballroom dancing, it took me to various countries as student exchange programs, and it took me as performer to different places. That is
Yes.
when I realized that there was so much to do and so much to learn.
Mhm.
And every
Absolutely.
country, every region had its own rich culture and its own rich heritage and its great mythology, be it African, be it Asian, be it Greek, be it Roman, be it so many, yeah, so many. So I think I got attracted towards all that, and I would go
Cultural
and
studies, culture,
I would start
multiculturalism.
reading
Yeah.
about it. I would see various festivals. I would see various, and I think the best way was because I was always told, don't just do what has been told to you. You must
Correct.
know the reason why you do it.
Correct.
So there's no harm in asking what the reason is. So if I'm doing a particular dance form, why do I do the dance form? If I'm wearing a certain costume, why do I wear that costume? Go ahead and
Yes.
ask. And in the costume
Yes.
also you wear jewelry, you wear so many things. Why do you do that? So if you start understanding the whys behind things, it will make you understand your own art form better. And that is how the interest toward mythology began. And then I
Correct.
said, let me just go and study more of it. And I went to California and did my PhD in world mythology.
Correct. Wow, and that must be very, very, that must have been enriching because you literally, studied it in great detail, I must say. I was told, I too, have joined the dance class, Sandeep, and I was told initially I thought hip hop was a dance form, but I was told it was a culture. So the history behind every dance form is so interesting, and we shouldn't be alienated and estranged from that. Once we take up a particular dance form, or when we pursue dance as a hobby, I think the background and history is equally important. It plays a pivotal role.
It does, and I think that is what
Yeah,
makes you fall in love with your own dance more because you know more about it.
absolutely.
It's like a
Yes.
relationship. The more you know the person, the more you love them.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And when Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Charles, wrote to you, what was the feeling? How did you react? I know you're very simple and down to earth. So was your reaction like, wow, you gave out a, euphoric
Well,
cry,
yes,
or you
definitely it
took it with a
was.
grain of salt?
Definitely, it was a big wow moment for me, and
Yeah.
I was not believing that the letter had come to me. But I think
Uh,
it was. I would thank the Ballroom Association for it because it was through them that it happened, and
okay.
because the Ballroom Association is funded by the royal family, it just
Correct.
they chose me to write a thank you letter to them and speak about ballroom dancing. And in return, we received this letter, which doesn't come to everybody. So it just felt wonderful
Yes.
that it did come to me for promoting ballroom dancing in India and its neighboring countries. So I think it was definitely a wow moment. It is still a wow moment, though it was many years back, almost
Yes.
I think
Yes.
2001 it was. So it's all
2001. Yes.
yeah. So
Yes.
it's been
I read
so many
about it.
years, but
Yeah.
still it's a wow moment.
And it must have left an indelible impression on your mind. But not just that, I also read that Rolex, which is an upscale international brand, they gave you the title, youth icon or something. I mean, that was also quite amazing. And you're still, are you still associated with Rolex, Sandeep?
Yes, I am still. I've renewed my contract this year as well. So
All
it's
right.
been my third year now. So yes, I promote the watch each time I'm going for a public appearance. Now there's no appearance happening, but yes, I do promote the brand. Yeah.
Right. And I believe Bhutan government also instituted a stamp with your picture. So how did that happen? And how,
We
all
make a
right.
dance drama for that particular cause, and
Okay.
be it animal rights, HIV/AIDS, cancer, be it domestic violence, drug
Is it similar
abuse,
to
acid
street
attack.
play? Because when we do street play, we do add a lot of, social activities, a lot of social problems. So was it
Yeah,
something of
very
that
similar
sort?
to a
Where,
street play,
yeah.
but it is on stage. with
Yes.
full on lights and costumes and everything.
Correct.
And it has a message about that particular cause and that particular charity. So we have performed it everywhere. We have the support of the United Nations now, in fact, and it's really become huge. We are in USA, we are in UK, we are in Singapore, we are in Dubai, we are in Mauritius and Maldives, we are of course in India, we are in Philippines. We are everywhere with this with Dance for a Cause. And it gained momentum just after the American government gave me the Visionary Award, and
Correct.
also the government of India gave us the National Excellence Award in
Yes.
2017. And 2018 is when the 10 years got over, and that is when the Bhutan government honored us with the stamp for the Dance
Yes.
for a Cause. So I think, and I
Yes.
was thinking that it would be because they were honoring us with the logo of Dance for a Cause to come on the stamp. But I was
Correct.
surprised that there were two stamps. One was the logo of the Dance for a Cause, and one was a picture of mine. So I was really humbled that it happened. And I
Overwhelmed.
think
Yeah.
it's only because Dance for a Cause today has become huge. Because of support from the United Nations, it's become further bigger because they are now funding us and they are helping us to go to various countries for the past
Lovely. That's
one and a half
lovely.
years. For the past 1 year, because pandemic, we haven't gone anywhere. But before that, we were like crazily every month in a new country
But can't we
performing
do it
that particular cause.
virtually? Isn't it possible? Can't we do it
You know,
virtually also?
I am just, I don't know, maybe I'm a little old fashioned, but I was told so many times by people that do an online festival. But
Yes.
I
Yes.
feel the the way to reach out to the heart, especially as a performer,
Essence. Yeah.
is when you are on stage. The impact of it is a lot more because you see it happening. And from a mobile phone camera or a laptop camera, it's you can't reach to people's hearts.
And of course, there are so many technical glitches. To be very frank, I too belong to the old school of thought, Sandeep. I would have so much loved to have this conversation in person, face to face, without any technical glitch or without any, without any
Yeah,
barrier. So, oh yes, virtual classroom technology or virtual world, we are organizing lots of webinars and conferences, but you don't get the same feeling. As
yeah,
you said,
I
it
agree.
doesn't reach the soul, it doesn't reach the heart.
Like in December in 2020, we were honored with the Rabindranath Tagore prize as well
Yes,
for Dance for a Cause. And
yes,
the director of Rabindranath Tagore Award was talking to me, and he said that why don't you do Dance for a Cause virtually, and let's do something
yes.
for the award show. So I said, you know what, sir, I don't think I want to do that because like I told you, I feel if I have to talk about a particular cause which is from the heart, I need to reach the heart if it is meeting in person, because virtually it will not happen. So let's do it next year.
Yes.
I'm okay to wait for a year or two more and tell people later on after 10 years that there was a break for 2 years. I'm fine to say that. But
Yes.
I don't want to dance or bring things out.
Half-heartedly. Yeah,
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 it
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
work for me. It doesn't work for me.
Yes, 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 absolutely. And you are the kind, you would not compromise with the quality, and you would not compromise with anything. So it's better to, you're being a perfectionist, it's better to, wait. And they also serve who stand and wait, says Milton. So I totally agree. If you're going to have this event next year, so be it. But I guess the situation will subside. I'm sure the third wave won't be as bad as the second wave, and this too shall pass. We just, we keep our fingers crossed. So, Sandeep, I have an interesting rapid fire round for you now.
Oh my God.
And
Okay.
I am going to ask you some interesting questions. So, your favorite Indian dance form? Indian dance form?
Kathakali.
Kathakali. I see. All
I
right.
love it because I think it's got this rich culture behind it. Of course, all of them have, but it has
Yes.
this entire costume drama, which is like
Yes. The
really
mask and
elaborate.
everything.
Yeah, so
Yes.
I think I
Yes.
love all this drama of costume and eyes moving
Yes.
like big eyes. I think it's the drama which attracts me more than anything else to the
Yes.
dance form.
And it's exuberant, it is so lively, electrifying. But I
Yeah.
guess the dancers must be perspiring literally, the sweat must
Yeah,
be
they
dripping all over.
some of them take 5 or 6 hours to get ready. So can you
Oh my
imagine when you
God.
spend so much time to get ready, your performance is, you further go more into it because you have spent so much time to get ready for that particular thing.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, yes. And people just get to see the end product, but in actuality, there's so much that goes
Yeah.
behind the scenes. So much of, arduous effort, so many, indefatigable efforts. I mean, yes. And we need to, applaud art. Your favorite international dance form, apart from ballroom dancing?
Definitely ballet, because I
Okay,
think it is the essence of ballroom comes from ballet. So I would definitely say
okay.
ballet, because ballet has, like the Indian classical dances, also ballet has got rich culture behind it, and so much of technique. I think that's what makes a dancer beautiful, is because they have great techniques in them.
But are people, do people get apprehensive before inquiring for a ballet because you require certain, kind of figure and, the posture and, there is so much because it's considered to be one of the toughest dances.
It is. So I would definitely say that people, if you want to be a ballet dancer, you start taking care of yourself.
Yes, yes. As you said, don't give in to temptations.
Yeah, very difficult.
Absolutely. I think most of us, including me, by the way, we all eat for the tongue. And if we stop eating for the tongue, I think half the battle will be won.
Yeah,
And
so I
dance is
agree
all
with
about
you.
discipline. Dance is all about discipline, inculcating discipline in our lives. So, yes. Okay, so the best dancer on this planet, apart from Sandeep Soparkar.
No, no, I don't consider myself best dancer. Dr. Sonal Mansingh, I think
Oh,
she is.
Sonal Mansingh.
I think she is the most beautiful dancer of our country. I think she's the most
Ah,
learned, and of course, she's one of the Navratnas of dance by the Prime Minister of India. So I think she.
ah.
I would definitely call Dr. Sonal Mansingh ji as the best dancer, because it's not only about the dance, but it's all that comes along with dance as well. And her knowledge of dance and her knowledge of culture is tremendous.
She's erudite and she knows, she's gone into details, so she knows about it, she knows it all. Yeah, absolutely right, Sonal Mansingh. And a dancer, an underappreciated dancer, according to you, an
Uh,
underappreciated dancer.
I would say from Bollywood, um, Kajol.
You think Kajol is a good dancer?
She's a
Oh.
fabulous dancer. She has learned dancing with me for a while, and she is
Oh,
beautiful. And I think Bollywood has not tapped that side of her talent. We all know
yes,
she's
yes,
fantastic as an actress. We all know that, and yes, she looks also very beautiful. But
yes.
we haven't kind of seen the other side of her, which is the dancing side of her, and she is a fabulous dancer.
And she underwent training under you much, much later.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
means she's not a born dancer. Yeah, yeah.
She's
Okay,
come.
yeah.
She was with me, I think, from 2006 to 2008. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't remember the years.
Oh,
But
much,
she
much
is
later. Okay, yeah, yeah.
amazing. She's amazing.
Because expressions and she has such a bewitchingly beautiful smile, and of course we all know about her histrionics, but as you said we all need to observe her dance. Okay, all right. The best choreographer in the industry apart from Sandeep Soparkar.
I haven't done so much work, but I would indeed and undoubtedly Saroj Khan. I think
Ah,
Saroj ji is an icon in choreography. Saroj ji has done some great work. She's opened doors for choreographers like us, and
yes, yeah.
salute to her soul who did that. And she has taken dance to another level completely. She has given the real name of Bollywood dance to the dance form. So definitely Saroj Khan.
Wow. And I think, Madhuri Dixit wrote a fabulous tribute, a glowing tribute to Saroj Khanji. She said life's experiences steeled her. She went through a lot of, turbulence in life, but despite that, she never allowed it to, affect her passion for dance. She always used dance, to release those pent up emotions. For her, it was more of a catharsis. So I think, yes, I mean, Saroj Khan is, I believe, everyone's favorite. What a tribute. I think through this show, we are also offering a glowing tribute to Saroj
Yeah.
Khanji, one of the marvelous choreographers our industry has ever produced. And which is your favorite dance, choreographed by Saroj Khanji? Because we have Dhak Dhak, we have Chane Ke Khet Mein, and so many iconic songs. But which one is your favorite, Sandeep?
Oh, there are many. I think I would say from Devdas, her choreography in
Ah,
Devdas was fabulous. Like it was really fabulous.
you mean
So
Mardana?
Mardala or even Dola Re, I think
Dola re dola,
the
yes.
way she picturizes things, the way
Yes.
her concepts to it are
Yeah,
just so
yeah,
incredible. Only she could think like
absolutely.
that.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Totally agree with you, Sandeep. Okay, so after all the discussion on dance and everything, I come back to pandemic. What is your ardent desire in life?
My desire in life is that I should just dance till my last breath.
Oh,
I hope I get that opportunity. I see so many of one of my friends passed away a year just before the lockdown. He was going for a show and an accident and he passed away. Another friend of mine died, musician in America, died while playing on stage. So I think this is luck,
yes.
which is your if you want to go, you should go in a manner which you love the most. We all have to
Yeah,
go one day.
yes,
We all have to
yes,
go one day,
yes,
but
yes,
let's go in a
absolutely,
way that we are doing what we do the most or we love the most. So for me, if it is
absolutely.
when I'm still, I hope I'm still dancing. That will be best. One of my ladies who I really admired a lot, Tao Porchon Lynch, the world's oldest ballroom dancer. She was 102 when she died, and I met her.
102?
Yeah, and she's got the world book of records for being the oldest ballroom dancer, and she just passed away a year and a half back.
Oh my God.
I
Okay.
danced with her a few times when she was when she was 92. I met her when she was 92. For 10 years, almost every year, I danced with her in India or in New York, and she went for her dance class 2 days before she passed away, and she
Oh
was
my
going to
God.
and she spoke with her instructor, her dance teacher, in the night and said, I will see you tomorrow morning for the dance class at 10 o'clock, and she never woke up. So I think
Amazing.
that is something so amazing, and I wish I get that kind of an opportunity where I just dance and I dance and I dance to another planet.
Wow. I mean, I'm totally touched. And this interview has not only been informative, educative, it's so deeply poignant because I think you're like Ulysses. Ulysses is the one who actually participated in Trojan War, which is the subject matter of Homer's epic Iliad, and he said, I will drink life to the lees. And I think that's what you're doing, Dr. Sandip Soparrkar. You drink life to the lees, and that's a compliment to you. And on this
Thank
note,
you.
I am going to dedicate a song to you from Red River Valley. It's an old English classic, and I hope you like it. From this valley, they say you are going. We'll miss your bright eyes and sweet smile. For they say you are taking the sunshine that brightens our pathway a while. Won't you think of this valley you're leaving? How very lonely, how sad it will be. Won't you think of the fond heart you're breaking and the grief you are causing me to see? Come and sit by my side if you love me. Do not hasten to bid me adieu. But remember the Red River Valley and the girl who has loved you so true. And the girl who has loved you so true. So that was for you,
How
Sandeep.
lovely. Thank you. You sing so well. I didn't know you had this talent too.
No, I'm just being I just did it from the bottom of my heart because it may have been a virtual show, but you left an indelible impact. I don't think our viewers are going to forget this talk show ever. And you've been such a delight, Dr. Sandeep. You've been such a delight. Marvelous. You're a phenomenal person, and what a wonderful human being. And I extend my heartfelt gratitude for being what you are. I believe
Thank you.
we cross paths with thousands of people in a lifetime, but hardly ever notice a lot of them. But there are a few who affect our outlook in an important way. And I'm so happy that this show happened today. And we will definitely reply to the viewers' comments later on because we are on our mobile phones. So the comments are all, they appear like, they're tiny tots. So we will definitely reply to them. And on this note, after thanking Dr. Sandip Soparrkar, I bid adieu. Shabba khair. Good night. See you with
Thank you.
yet another episode of Boggling Conversations. Thanks, dear viewers. Bye bye.